The ocean was calm, but beneath its shimmering blue surface lurked something ancient, powerful, and merciless. Mark, a man who had always laughed in the face of danger, never thought his life would be measured in seconds inside a cage meant to protect him. The roar of the boat's engine faded as the cage dipped into the deep, and for the first time, Mark felt the bone-deep silence of the sea, the kind that wrapped around him like a warning. He had chased adventure his whole life, skydiving, mountain climbing, cliff diving, but nothing compared to this moment, staring into the abyss, knowing that one wrong move could turn him into nothing more than a forgotten story swallowed by the sea. What he didn't know was that this adventure would change everything, not only because he would face death head-on, but because he would return with a second chance, one that would rewrite the meaning of his existence. Right finger if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of survival. Please take a moment to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with others, and subscribe to Kindness Speaks. Together we can spread stories that inspire hearts around the world. The cage creaked as it lowered deeper, the light above dimming, and Mark's pulse raced faster than the bubbles rising past his mask. He thought of his daughter back home, just 8 years old, who had begged him not to go. Her tiny voice had echoed in his ears that morning, "Daddy, please don't swim with sharks. Promise you'll come back." He had smiled, kissed her forehead, and promised, but promises are fragile things when you're inches away from predators that don't care who you are or who waits for you. As he clutched the bars, the shadows moved. The first shark appeared, a giant, scarred beast, its fin slicing the water like a blade. Mark's heart hammered, not with fear at first, but awe. This was what he had come for, the beauty, the majesty, the sheer force of nature. But beauty has teeth, and awe can turn to terror in a heartbeat. The shark circled closer, its body brushing the cage, metal groaning under its weight. The guides on the boat above laughed and shouted encouragement, but down below, Mark felt the thin line between thrill and death tighten. Another shark appeared, then another, sleek hunters gliding through the dark. Mark's breath quickened, fogging his mask, his oxygen tank hissing louder than his heartbeat. Then it happened, the sound no one ever wants to hear in a shark cage dive, metal snapping. A bar bent open like a door inviting death inside. Mark's stomach dropped as the largest shark turned, its black eyes locking onto him. In that moment, he didn't see an animal. He saw death itself, patient and hungry. The shark lunged. Mark's body froze, instinct screaming, but his mind was somewhere else. He thought of his little girl's eyes, wide and filled with love. He thought of all the times he had chosen adventure over time with her, all the moments he had missed. A deep regret pierced him sharper than any shark's teeth ever could. He pushed back into the corner of the cage, but the water was wild now, the shark thrashing, jaws snapping inches from his arm. Blood filled the water, not his, but from bait above, and frenzy rippled through the ocean. The cage rocked violently. Mark's tank banged against the steel, his mask slipping slightly, saltwater burning his eyes. Every second felt like an hour, every heartbeat like a countdown to the end. The bar gave way further. Death entered the cage. The massive shark forced its snout through the gap, teeth glinting like knives under the filtered sunlight. Mark's body tensed for the strike, but something within him shifted. He realized that fighting against it was useless, but surrender wasn't an option either. He didn't want his daughter's last memory to be of a father who never came home. With trembling hands, he shoved his tank upward, banging it against the steel to make noise, desperate to confuse or deter the predator. For a split second, it worked. The shark pulled back, circling, calculating. That second was enough. The crew above yanked the cage upward, water rushing around him, his lungs screaming for air as panic and hope collided inside him. When he finally broke the surface, gasping under the open sky, Mark collapsed on the deck of the boat, shaking uncontrollably. He had looked into death's eyes and somehow returned. But something inside him had changed forever. He realized that he had been chasing adrenaline, living recklessly, mistaking danger for purpose. Yet in the face of death, it wasn't adventure he thought of, it was love. His daughter, his family, the people he had neglected while chasing fleeting thrills. Surviving wasn't just luck, it was a gift, a second chance to live differently, to live for something greater than himself. Days later, back home, Mark hugged his daughter tighter than ever before. He promised her not just survival, but presence. No more chasing thrills while leaving behind the moments that truly mattered. He had carried death back from that shark cage, but also life, renewed and raw, teaching him that the greatest adventure was not found in the depths of the ocean or on the edge of cliffs, but in the quiet, everyday love we often take for granted. Right finger if this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Speaks. Your support helps us continue sharing stories that remind us of the power of love, resilience, and second chances. Speech balloon special request. Comment below what you would hold on to most tightly if you were given a second chance at life.